It's never been more simple to set up your home as a smart home, so I'm going to show you how, with a few simple devices and for a low cost, you can get started making your home super smart. Let's get to it. When the smart home revolution started, it was quite expensive to get started and usually meant having some smart devices that required a central smart hub, like the Philips Home Hub system. So you had to spend money on all that just to see if it worked for you. And I never really liked that. Now, most smart home devices work independent of a central hub and connect directly to your Wi-Fi router. And there's no need for a separate hub to integrate your devices. So you can start from as little as £10 for a smart light bulb like this, just to see if it plays nicely with your Wi-Fi setup. And you're good to go. Connect it with your Google Home Assistant, for instance, on your phone. And for that £10, you have a voice-activated smart light. Simple. Most smart devices come with their own app. But if you're going to get a number of different smart devices, I always think it's a good idea to link them to one main smart control system, which is either really going to be down to whether you choose Google Home Assistant or Alexa or the Apple HomeKit. Google Mini speakers or Amazon Alexa speakers are not that expensive and are a great way to control your home smart devices, as well as being smart speakers in their own right. So you just need to pick a side. For me, it is Google Home, for reasons that the responses are much more smart and much more contextual. And let's be honest, I love Google stuff anyway. So when buying smart devices, it's really important that they're going to work with whatever system that you're going to go with. Of course, as I said earlier, you don't need these, as most smart devices will come with their own sort of downloadable smart app, and you can get the Google Assistant, as I say, on your phone. You don't have to buy a device if you don't want to. But given the cost of entry is so low now on, say, a Google Nest speaker, it's worth that investment, as it opens a whole world of smart home automation. I have a smart home speaker in every room. In fairness, I have about 3 in the living room. My daughter thinks I have a problem. There are smart light bulbs in many forms, whether it's in a sort of the candle bulb like this, or a LED smart strip like these with multiple color options. There are so many different ways to go. I've installed downlights. Here, LED downlights. These are the GU10 downlights that you get for standard sort of LED downlights. I've installed these in my son's bedroom, and they're can be set to different colors and stuff like that. And they're just really cool and really simple to install. You can be really creative just with a few simple light bulbs that change colors. For instance, in my son's room, I have set up the lights to turn indigo. So that's his downlights. He's got a sort of a little side light, and then he's got his LED strips, and they all turn indigo, and the Xbox turns on automatically. And all he has to say is, "Okay, G, gamer mode," and it all turns on automatically. But don't get me wrong, it's not all about smart light bulbs. There are so many smart devices to choose from, whether it's ranging from smart diffusers, smart power strips, smart plugs, smart sensors, smart cameras, smart front doors. The list goes on, and you can slowly build up your smart home by adding devices here and there, and then of course integrating them not only to work together, but also to work together in specific routines and actions. And that's when it gets really exciting, and you can start to really automate things within your home. Recently, I bought some smart light bulbs from Hey I'm Home, as they did the candle type light bulb I was looking for my bedside light, which meant I could do away with the smart plug I was using to control them. I'm slowly replacing all my smart lights with the Hey I'm Home products. And also, I recently, as I say, I bought the LED downlights for my son's room, so I could control them without the need of a smart switch. Now, this is great for switching on and off lights when everyone's gone to bed, or if your kids are like mine and they leave them on all the time. I know I'm turning into a proper old dad. Sites like Hey I'm Home are a great place to start, as they have a great app on their site that allows you to look at smart devices via each room, and then will make recommendations for the different devices to consider. I previously bought the light bulbs, as I mentioned, and a smart front doorbell, a review of which I'd done earlier, and I'll leave a link for that down in the description below. But they were kind enough to send me a load of devices to try out. And so what I thought I'd do is to give you a flavor and some idea of the sort of general smart devices there are. I'll show you how to set them up, to show you how easy they are, and also show you how, with a bit of imagination, you can use them to create integrated routines. All very cool. Some of you may have seen the video I did at Christmas time where I just said, okay, G, Christmas time, and the Christmas lights turned on, the Christmas decorations turned on, the Christmas music started playing, the TV came on with a roaring log fire, all by that single command. And that was very straightforward to do. Let's just get on and see how easy it is to set up these devices. And we'll start with these sort of sensor devices as well, just to give you an idea. Connection is really straightforward. Just download the Hey I'm Home app, which I have here. And we're going to add a new device. There's a little plus sign at the top here. So let's get this device ready. Now you might have to install the batteries, which it comes with, which I've done already for the purpose of this. That's all it is. They just go, if I slide this off of the back, you'll see a battery compartment in here. If you haven't already, if the batteries aren't already installed, there might be a little plastic protector stopping the batteries from contacting. Pull that off, and then you're good to go here. And then there's a reset button here, and a 2 minutes or 4 minutes sort of sensor time there, I think, reset time. It doesn't come with any instructions, these things. It comes with a sticky pad, and then this is the reset pin here. Okay, so basically what you need to do, I'm just going to reset it now, and you just take the reset pin, stick it in the back there, and then that resets it ready for connecting. So what we're going to do now, put that back there. It's flashing quite slowly there, so we're going to go plus, and then select the device that we want to connect. So in this case, smart motion sensor. Confirm it's blinking, yeah. And there we go. And then you can assign a room to it here. So it's connected. Took its time, and you'll see here you can assign a room to it. I'm not going to assign a room to it. I'm going to do that later once I've decided, and then we're just done. So there we go. There is a security device with alarm notification. Ensure you receive note. Yes. Test. Some testing. So there we go. Motion sensor is installed. And you can name it, change its name up here by just editing it. So I'm not going to change it now. And you can also put it in a group. You can set various automations on it and device informations and stuff like that. But also what we should notice, I'll come back to that in a minute. It's flashing there, it's noticed some motion there. There, stranger passed by. Don't know if you can see that. Once you've added the smart sensors to your home app, it's very straightforward to then set up automation features. So for instance, if the door sensor is open, a light comes on, or equally if it's closed, it switches off, or it just reverses the state, whatever it's in. Again, with the movement sensor, if it senses movement, the light comes on. So straightforward smart security devices that you can use in the home to activate certain things. But it doesn't have to be for security. It could be some really cool things with a bit of imagination, getting them to activate certain smart responses based on specific actions. Not only that, you can switch those actions on and off quite simply from the smart app on the phone. And equally as well, you can define whether you want those actions to happen during certain periods of the day. So you can set time parameters for them. Or for instance, if the light's coming on, you could say, have the light on for 10 seconds, or you can add a delay to an event happening. So there's lots of versatility built within the app that you can have with these smart devices. But it's when you start linking the smart devices together with routines and automations like that, that life starts to get really interesting. You don't have to go down that route initially. You could just have, as I say, a simple smart light bulb to start with. But the more you sort of get into it, very simple devices can create quite complex routines, which are ultimately quite cool. And of course, the great thing with this Hey Smart products is there's this smart flood detector, which is great for installing somewhere where you might be susceptible to flooding, whether sort of somewhere in the bathroom or maybe under the sink in the kitchen, whatever. And it will send you a message if there starts to be sort of a link or a kind of flood. So there you go. Whether you're just simply starting out with a simple smart plug and your smart app on your phone, those are the first steps to start making your home a smart home. And you can start building on that over a period of time until you have a fully automated home. I hope you found that useful. I hope you found it interesting. Do me a massive favor. If you did, please hit the likes, because I like them, YouTube likes them, and it helps people like you find content like this. And if you are new here, do me a massive favor, hit the subscribe button, toggle that notification bell so you know when I go live with content like this. And I'll see you around very, very soon.